What's going on, guys? It's Like a Hero, and today I'm bringing you Gunsmith 9, 10, 11, and 12. As always, make sure to like the video, comment, share, and as always, subscribe, guys. It helps out so much. Thank you, guys, and let's get right into it. For Gunsmith Part 9, you're going to have to modify an AK-74N. This can be purchased if you have the required loyalty with Proper, so you can get it there. Otherwise, you're going to buy it on the flea market for about $40,000. It's pretty consistent in price there. Once we have the AKS-74N, we are then going to look for the first part, which is the Classica stock, the Zenit PT-3 Classica. Now this, if you don't have level 3 loyalty with Skier, it's going to cost you about 30, anywhere between 25 to like 45,000 rubles, but usually on the cheaper side of 30,000. Moving on, the next item that you need to purchase is going to be the AKS-74 PT lock. So you can just type in PT lock on there. Make sure it's the AKS-74, AKS-74U PT lock. Now with Skier level 2 loyalty, that's about 3,000 rubles. Otherwise, it's about 60,000. After we grab that, it's the Zenit RK3 pistol group. About 10,000 if you have level 3 Skier. Otherwise, you're paying about 30,000. Now these are very common quest items here, or for the task, so they're going to be a little higher in price. Afterwards, we need to grab the Zenit B33 dust cover. This is going to allow us to mount our sights that we're going to do that here. We're going to need to make sure we grab the B19. It's the B10 foregrip and rail mount. Now I had a hard time finding this in the flea. Just type in B-19 and it'll come up. I don't know why that works. It might be a bug, but B-19 will bring it up for you. Make sure that's the rail mount that you're getting. The final item that we need is the Zenit DTK-1. This is the muzzle brake from Skier level 2. That's about 4,800. From non-Skier, it's going to still achieve about 8,000 rubles, guys. Once we have all our parts, we can then start assembling the AKS-74N. Once you remove the stock, you will then also remove the pistol grip. We're going to remove the dust cover, and important here, make sure we remove the handguard and not the gas tube, guys. After we have that, we're going to put our PT lock on. We're going to put our stock on, our RK3 grip. We're going to put in our dust cover, take off the muzzle brake, and then we put our muzzle brake. We've replaced the parts there, and that's it. You have now completed Gunsmith Task 9. We are ready to turn that into a mechanic. Task 9 is complete. We are now going to move on to Task 10, Gunsmith Part 10. For Gunsmith 10, we need to get an AK-105. This can be purchased if you have level 3 loyalty with Proper. Otherwise, you're going to purchase it through the flea market. The first item that we need is the recoil pad. Now, it's important to note this needs to be the recoil pad from GP-25. So recoil pad GP, it's about 3,000 rubles from Proper level 3. Otherwise, it's about 15 to 20 grand. After we have the recoil pad, we need to grab the 60 round magazine here. This is the 60 round 6L31 545 by 39 magazine. Make sure it's 545 by 39. Afterwards, we are looking for that B10 foregrip. Again, to find this easily, just type in B-19. I don't know why it doesn't show up when I type in B-10M, but B19 seems to work, so make sure you do that if you're having trouble finding it. Next up, we need the KAC vertical pistol grip. This is $31 from Peacekeeper level 3. Otherwise, it's still also pretty cheap, 14,000 rubles on the flea market. We need to grab the Primary Arms compact prism scope, 20,000 from Skier level 2, and the price is very similar or not. We also need to mount that, so we need the compact mount for sights, which is about 1,000 rubles from Skier level 2. Next up, it's the Zenit B-33 dust cover. If you do have level 3 skier, that's about 15,000 rubles. If not, you're paying about 30,000 for that on flea market prices. Couple more things. Next, we need the Zenit RK3 pistol grip. Again, this is that very common one, so it's going to be a little pricier, 40,000 as the time of this video here. Otherwise, it's about 9,000 rubles for level 3 skier. Now we're going to need the direct thread mount adapter for the silencer hybrid. Two things here. We're going to need to grab that direct thread mount from either Mechanic or Peacekeeper if you have the loyalty. Otherwise, it's still pretty cheap, about 10,000 rubles. Once we grab that, we need to actually grab the actual silencer, which is again Silencer Co. Hybrid 46. That's about 60,000. It's going to be a little bit pricier. Once we have all the parts together, we are ready to assemble our AK-105. We're going to fold it first. Make sure you fold that when you turn it in. It has to be folded. I like to fold it prior to my assembling. We're taking off the pistol grip. We're taking off the dust cover, the muzzle brake, and the hand guard. We're also going to remove the default mag that it comes with. We're going to place our recoil pad, our magazine on there, our hand guard with our vertical grip, then the direct thread with the silencer, put our dust cover on there, and then we mount the prism scope and the mount on there. And that's it. You have now completed Gunsmith Task 10. This is ready to be turned in. And now we're going to move on to Gunsmith Part 11. We're going to need to buy an VAL. Flea market prices at the time of this video is about 60,000 rubles. It is important to note that make sure that your VAL is not folded up because that can lead to a bug. When you buy it and it's folded up, just unfold it and then we could start modifying that. After we grab that, we're going to need to look for the Fab Defense GL Shock stock. It's about 14,000 rubles. It's a little cheaper if you have level 3 skier. Otherwise, it's still relatively cheap. We're going to need to grab the ANPEQ15 tactical device. Afterwards, it is time to purchase the 30 round magazine. This is the 30 round SR3M. This is 9x39. Just make sure it's 9x39. It's about 40,000 to 50,000 for the magazine. We also need a TOZ 6P29M mount. Now on the flea market, this is about 40,000. If you have level 3 Jaeger, you can purchase it for about 8,000 rubles. Moving on, it's time for the KAC vertical pistol grip. Pretty cheap if you have level 3 Peacekeeper, $31. Otherwise, it is about 13,000 rubles. Next, we need the VAL pistol grip buffer tube. This is not to be confused with the VAL pistol grip that comes by itself. We need to grab the combo pistol grip and the buffer tube. It's about 9,000 from Mechanic level 2 or 12,000 from the flea market. It's relatively cheap. Finally, we need the NSPU-M night scope. Even though it does have night vision capabilities, it's still relatively cheap. Now we're ready to build our VAL. We're going to remove the magazine, the pistol grip, and the stock there. And then we're going to throw on our pistol grip buffer tube combo on there, the GL Shock stock, the magazine, our handguard with the CAC vertical grip, and the laser sight. Finally, it's that ugly night scope, the night vision scope. It doesn't look great, but that's what Mechanic wants, so we're going to make sure he gets that. And that's it, guys. You have now completed task 11 for Gunsmith. And once that is turned in, we are now moving on to Gunsmith Part 12. For Gunsmith Part 12, we will be modifying a AK-102 that can be purchased through the flea market here. Prices are about 30 to 40,000 on a good day. More so about 50 to 60,000 is what you're going to find this gun for. Once the AK-102 is purchased, we need to find the CAA RS-47. Now the CAA RS-47 is the foregrip. After the foregrip has been purchased, the next buy is the Zenit 2 2U clutch. This is the tactical flashlight. Zenith 2U clutch. 2 more items, and the first thing is going to be the Magpul FAG-OD. Now, this is important because it has to be the OD color, okay? So if you have mechanic level 3, you can purchase that for about 7,000. Otherwise, it's going to be about 22 to 30,000 rubles. It has to be the OD. Finally, it's the Rotor 43556 by 45 muzzle brake. This is probably the most expensive purchase on here, aside from the gun, about 50 to 60,000 rubles at any given time. Once we have purchased everything off the flea market, it is now time to assemble our AK-102. We're going to make sure that we fold the stock. It needs to be turned in, and that's because of the space requirements the mechanic has. So just fold it up. Once it's folded, remove the magazine, remove the muzzle brake, and remove the hand guard. We're going to then put our handguard on with our flashlight and our angled grip, that's OD, and our silencer there. And that's going to be it. Important here again that the angled grip must be the OD one. Once we have done that, we are done, guys. You have now completed Gunsmith Part 12. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to hit that like, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys later.